The brand new for 2019 TITLEIST CB, T100, T200 and T300 iron. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. I'm so glad that you happen to find me. And second of all, before you leave, just go hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the great golf related content that I've got coming up. In today's video, I've spent all day testing TITLEIST brand new CB, T100, T200 and T300 iron. In this video, we're going to compare them. We're going to see which one may suit your game, which one suits my game, and if I could use any of these irons moving forwards. Now, I have done full reviews on these irons, guys, so if you do want to see kind of real in-depth looks at these, make sure you go check out those videos. They will be linked kind of throughout the video and I don't know, in the description possibly. But in this video, I'm just going to talk you through a few of the major developments that we have in the clubs, starting with the 620 CB iron. Now, the CB iron never changes too much, does it? If it's not broke, don't fix it. And TITLEIST are always really good at that. The CB iron now looks sleeker, looks a little bit smaller. As you move down into the 8 iron and the 9 iron, it starts to look a little bit more like an MB. And in the video of the CB iron, I did kind of say that I personally think the MB helps sell the CB a lot more. Everyone goes into a fitting hoping and praying that they can get fitted into the MB. It's going to work out for them. They're going to go and lower the handicap with them, and the roses are going to be red and the garden will be green. However, generally what you find is you go in, you hit them a couple of times, hit them good, then you hit that bad one, and then you hit another bad one, and it starts to really kind of manifest in there, and you end up leaving with maybe a set of T100s or leaving with a set of CBs. Now the CBs now look beautiful, look fantastic. So I think now people may actually be going for the CBs instead of going for MBs, and then, yeah, like I've just said. But also in the lineup this year, we have the T100. Now, TITLEIST is saying that this isn't a replacement for the AP2. The AP2 range and AP1 range and AP3 range is dead and gone forever. But realistically, if you want to kind of know which kind of bracket they go into, the T100 is the new AP2, and I'll get shot for saying that because that's not what it is. It's a complete new intervention, but that would be in the same line as the AP2. The T200 is in the same line as the AP3, and the T300 is in the same line that the AP1 was in. Now, like I said, I've tested these all morning, and I am mega impressed with all of them. I think for the players that these clubs are trying to cater for, it pretty much does exactly what it says on the tin. The T100 felt superb. I love what they've done with the look of it. They've kind of made it look a lot smaller, a lot sleeker than any of the kind of players improvement iron that TITLEIST had on the market before, AP2. And then the T200 just starts to get that longer blade length, that thicker top line, starts to look a little bit bigger. AP3, I know, but they do look absolutely fantastic. And I'm not going to lie, guys, the T200 and the T300, as you'll see in a minute when we look at this mass comparison, go miles. We do have new technology in the heads. The T100 features a co-forged high-density tungsten weighting in the toe and the heel for help on off-centre strikes and maintain ball speed. As you move up into the T200, that's where you start to see the new max impact face, which is very similar to what you see in the TS Project drivers. That's helping you maintain ball speed all over the face, helping you hit longer irons, helping you get more distance, hopefully helping you lower your scores. As we move into the T300 range, that's where things start to get a little bit weird, because they went absolutely miles for me, or I felt they did. They came off like an absolute rocket, and the technology in those bad boys with the tungsten weighting, with the max impact face, with the just size of the head, would suit a beginner, for me, I think, absolutely perfectly. Now that's just a little bit about the irons, but how did they perform? How do they all perform? Let's find out. So guys, as we look at all these numbers, they all look very confusing, I know, but starting at the top, look at that for a T200 and T300 5 iron, both exactly the same distance. Now, I honestly thought that the T300 would go a lot further than the T200. That's not the case, it's gone the same. Looking at the club speed and the ball speed, all pretty similar. Spinning, very, very similar as well. So, two irons there which are very, very similar. The T100 5 iron coming in kind of 12 yards shorter there, and spinning at a lot nicer number at 4,643. Moving into the 7 irons, the T300 7 iron wasn't that far away from the T100 5 iron, just went absolutely miles. A 7 iron going 191 yards is just a little bit ridiculous for me. The T300 7 iron producing a club speed of 91.3 and a ball speed of 127.6, spinning just under 5,000. So pretty identical numbers to the T100 5 iron there. So you can really see that difference in gulf. Funnily enough, after the T200 7 iron, which is 186 yards, starting to get a little bit more kind of in the right ballpark, we then see the CB start to appear. So the 620 CB 5 iron coming in at 185 yards, which is a long way behind its T200 and T300 brothers and sisters. But interestingly, the CBs are the ones that I would probably look at the most. Looking at the numbers there, 185 yards, club head speed 92.7, ball speed 122.2, and a beautiful spin rate there of 4,593 on average. So you can see the CB starting to be kind of the player's iron really. The T100 7 iron coming in just after that at 172 yards. So again, pretty nice number. I did like the T100s for my own game as well. I think they'll be very, very good for your mid to high handicap players. Club speed 93, ball speed 119. Spin rate a little bit low, kind of sub 6,000 for a 7 iron. I'd like to see that in the 6,000s up to the 7,000, but alas, that wasn't the case. Back into the CB there, CB 7 iron, 166 yards, which is pretty much exactly on the number as to what my 7 iron would go. My Mizuno 7 iron is 165 club all day long. Club speed 90.8, ball speed 115. These are all numbers which I'm liking. Spinning again a tiny bit low. I'd like to see that a little bit higher, up into the 6,000s there, but not too bad at all. Now we start to see the 9 irons. T300 9 iron, 165 yards. T200 9 iron, 162 yards, so not a lot in the T300 and T200 as I expected. As you can see, ball speed's a little bit higher on the T300, which you would massively expect. Spin rates very, very, very similar. CB 9 iron, interestingly, goes further than the T100 9 iron, but that probably comes down to the strike. As you can see there, these clubs are trying to be a bit more similar to each other. So the T100 short irons are morphing into the CB short irons a little bit, so that the better players can see that nice kind of sleeker looking head in the shorter irons. Club head speeds 88.5 with the CB and 85 with the T100, producing ball speeds as you would expect, a tiny bit higher in the CB, and the CB spinning at a beautiful number of 7,500 as opposed to 6.8 with the T100. Woo! Now that was a lot to take in. Now don't worry guys, if you didn't catch all of that, I was thinking of trying to get the best way of comparing all these clubs, and that's what I came up with, so I'm sorry if I kind of lost you a little bit along the way, but I'm going to put a picture of all the numbers there, so if you want to screenshot that, make sure you go check that out if you are very interested in seeing how these irons perform. Obviously that was a personal thing for me. There were some good shots in there, there were some bad shots in there. If you do want to see the full reviews of these irons, then that will have been linked throughout the video, so make sure you go check those out. Guys, hit those comments below. Which iron are you looking forward to testing most from Titleist new range? CB, MB, which we've not tested today, T100, T200, T300. Let me know, guys. The biggest thing I can say about these is pretty much to do what they say on the tin. I was quite surprised there comparing them. That's the first time I've looked at all those numbers collectively. I was surprised how similar the T300 and T200 was. So maybe if you go in and you want that sleeker looking head, but you do want the forgiveness, but you're torn between T2, T300, then maybe just go and test those and make sure that you do get what you want out of those irons. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed that video. It's been a very, very long day testing clubs, but a very enjoyable day testing clubs. For me, as always, Titleist has done a great job with the new irons for this year and next year, catering for everyone. So make sure if you are in the market for new irons, you go test all these out. I have very much enjoyed hitting them, in particular the CBs. I think that may be what I will go for, possibly, but I've not tried the MB yet, have I? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the content, and as always, I will see you all tomorrow.